Friday, March 10th. Here I am. It's morning, and I will attempt to do a video. Yes, my computer drags and lags, and it is interesting how it almost seems like at particular points of videos it flukes. We just don't know, do we? The true nature of reality, do we? We just don't, I don't know what's fixed, don't know what's going on behind the curtain. Don't know it all, do we? Well, I'm attempting to say hello and see what comes up because I just want to keep going with this. Now, some people have said that they liked the video when I made it at night better. They like me when I'm mellow. Well, I like me when I'm mellow too, But like I explained about the computer, you know what I'm saying? As well as just, this is kind of a routine where I like to do things in a routine. And so getting up in the morning, the idea of making a video in the morning, I like that better. So here I am trying it again. I have been so busy with things that I really haven't had any listening time since the last time I showed you any records, and so literally everything sitting down here is what I've showed you. And something that's sitting around that I can't play because I don't have I have a record player that plays 78s, but it's in disrepair. But I have all kinds of records here in the house, and here's one. Here's a album of 78s of Mel Blanc. Well, it's since I can't play it, I have to assume that these are the so it's Porky Pig in Africa, and it's probably the cartoon audio track on 78. And don't have a lot of 78s, but this is sitting in the room. So I said, well, heck, what's sitting here that I haven't shown? Kind of a random pull. We've got some Art Tatum on 78 too. If I were to do a random pull, and I will, I kind of know where everything is, but if I just do a random pull, I kind of know what I'm going to get here. The Hafler Trio. Are you all familiar with the Hafler Trio? Andrew Mackenzie. I don't really know the true story of the Hafler Trio. I know that this group does some very interesting, deep, and sometimes disturbing sound exploration. What I find interesting about the band, or this person or these people's work, is when I listen to most of it, I can't imagine how it's being made. There's a lot of times I don't know what I'm listening to, and that intrigues me. As time has gone on, I've come to recognize that some things are things really slowed down, and other things are just completely out of context. But there's ways that they make these sounds that makes me wonder, well, is this a field recording of something, some kind of strange event, or how are they making these sounds? So there's a random pull for you, the Hafler Trio. Let me try to read the title of this particular one. Soundtrack for Alternation, Perception, and Resistance. Sounds like Hafler Trio. Now that this is out, that's my computer humming. I really need a new computer bad. Now that this is out, after I get back from the post office, because I have more sales, I'll probably pop that on and see what kind of effect it has today. Just right quick, on the t-shirts, which is just amazing. I've only got 5 left of the first 30 that he gave me. and the response is just phenomenal. But if you're interested, just go ahead and order, because Kelly tells me he's going to start the second run tonight after work, which I told him, please, don't, even though people are interested, don't rush on my account. You have a life. But he says he's stoked for me, and he's also amazed himself. It's a testimony. I mean, it's like, I just got the t-shirts, and I've already sold t-shirts to people besides the United States, to people in Canada, Germany, Denmark, France, and Poland. Thank you, folks. Thank you, friends. Thank you. Thank you, Anita. Just going to see if there's anything just sitting here where I never talk about it. Well, here's something sitting here. This is an early Sid Arthur release. I don't know if that's their first or second EP, but it's an early one called Moving World. And I played this recently, and this is compared to where they are now, or actually compared to where they got to on their first two albums. You can really hear how they're just getting started on here. This almost has a demo feel. That's sitting here. What else is sitting here? Well, just since I don't feel like I'm just going to just make this real quick and easy. I have boxes and boxes and boxes of CDs, compact discs, that are mainly like promos from back in the 80s and 90s. I used to work in record stores, and then my brother worked for a record distributor, and I would get a lot of promos. And unlike a lot of, now I shouldn't say this, but I kept them. I know that many employees, what they do with the promos is they sell them. I've always kept them. And so I've got these boxes and boxes of promo samplers from record labels, like, for example, Astralworks. They used to put out the enhanced CD samplers for the stores, and this one, for example, has everyone from Air to Beta Band to Basement Jacks, Dubs, Fatboy Slim, and there's even a video on it, extra. I've got a whole collection of Verve ECM new Polygram, basically Polygram new releases. I have these for years. September 92, here's August 93. Here's another Verve one, new releases, July 1996. And these are very interesting because, again, you're getting a sampler of artists, and it's everyone. Everything from Ella Fitzgerald to J.J. Johnson to Charlie Hayden to Randy Weston to Billie Holiday, Stan Getz. Also among the many sampler comp CDs I have in these boxes are just CDs that come in like the singles. And this is a really very cool CD by Amy Denio, who actually is also on this CD that I'm about to be on, that I'll be telling you about when my copy gets here. Avant-garde sound artist Tassagar, I think that's how you say this. She's using accordion and voice along with Avon Kang, who's using viola. It's one long 40-minute drone piece. It's amazing. On Public Eyesore Records, I have a release on this label too. As time keeps going on and what I do becomes more and more recognized and known by more and more people, I keep getting told by people that, I have been too humble and too modest, and that, in many ways, had I been willing to be more of a braggart or just more blustery about what I do, I may have, my situation might be different now, but this is just what I was taught is the best way, is to just, try to let what you do speak for itself. But that just came to mind when I was showing the Amy Denio. It's like, yeah, I really have done a lot of things over the years. Here's another cool sampler, Modulations. This has several different labels on it, but the artists on here are good. We have on here, just right quick, Oh, I can't even see them now because this is the most. Okay, there's a lot of like classical stuff on here. Interesting. I'm gonna have to pull this and play this. Okay, that's just some stuff that's sitting around. We got about 10 minutes here, folks. It's Friday. I don't know if I said this earlier, but today is March 10th, and today would be my dad's birthday if he were still alive. He's been gone since about 1980. My dad was a musician and just a wild musician, and I'm very much my dad's son. There is a lot of reason to why I'm the way I am, because I didn't want to be like, I'm the musical part of my dad, but there was a negative side. We all have our negative sides. So my negative side is different from his, but his was pretty public, you know. I mean, he was a hothead. And I have that in me, but I chose not to be. But when I think of my dad, I think of him fondly, even though childhood was a mixed bag, maybe like it is for some of you. Maybe some of you had an ideal child life. Mine wasn't ideal. But I certainly give credit to both of my parents and thank them for getting through raising me and my brothers and sisters. You know, parents have to act like they know what they're doing. They don't know what they're doing. And so I'm really happy that my dad was who he was. Always feel like there's more I want to say, and it's because it's like if we had a conversation. So that's another thing I'll say about the familiarity thing, where people watch the video and two sticks, thank you, and people, they vibe with me. They feel like they know me or would like me. You know, generally speaking, that would be true if we met, because it's different when we meet. But I guarantee you, people, just like when I watch you or meet you and observe you for a while, I get an impression of you, but I don't know you. And even people who've been watching all my videos, some of you think you know me, but you still don't. You still don't know me. You know, maybe what you sense is really there, but there's more. There's always more. There's always other sides. You know, reading slowly and casually through the Fifth Agreement book over and over again, there's descriptions in the book about, you know, what it's all about. Perception, and they're very enlightening. So one story, or one way of putting perception and the differences between who we are and how we're perceived is put like this. Say, for example, you come home. Now just imagine that you come home and your family is in the house, okay? Whatever the age they are. But just imagine that you come home and you walk into the front room and you encounter your mom. And your mom is watching TV. And what your mom is watching on TV is you. And what she is she's watching her version of you. The TV is showing you the way your mom sees you, which is different than you see yourself, okay? Go into the next room and encounter your brother. Same deal. He's watching television. He's watching you, a completely different version. They're both watching. Matter of fact, mom and the brother, and then go to the next room. It's your sister, or it's your cousin, it's your uncle, it's a friend. Go to each room, and each person is watching the same event of you on their TV, their perceptor. And you'll see through their eyes that they're seeing you in the same event, but in completely different light. And then imagine going to your own room and watching yourself and seeing yourself the way you see yourself, and compare it to what you just saw on those other screens of what other people see. No matter how hard we want or how badly we wish for people to see us the way we want them to see us, each person's perception is up to them, even if they don't know it. That's why I always say that. We live in the mind, you know, it's very true. You know, the world is shaped by our perceptions and where that comes from, how we're taught, where we live, chemistry, biology, like, you know, all that stuff, you know. Very interesting. Very interesting. and it's real, So interesting stuff, huh? So I do consider, even though I don't know many of you people, I do imagine if we were to meet in public, we would become friends. Because I, for one, have no reason to not be a friend. If I were to, when I meet people and there's a conflict, it's not coming from me. I just have no reason for it. I really don't. That's why I'm so down on politics. I know that the world is complicated, but I'm just really sad that we're still stuck on creating conflict for profit. How smart is that? And that's exactly what's going on from my perception. That's why politics and world leaders, they don't get past me. They don't fool me. I don't respect them. I don't think they're wise at all, no matter how smart or cunning they are. And that's why I'll always end up saying things like this, because it's like, I think that this is information. This is real information, and if we could, people, a lot more people, we would benefit from more awareness, more self-awareness, a higher standard, I can't even keep up the higher standard, but I'm aware of it, and so I try to. You know what I'm saying? If I can't get there, then I just stay home and just don't do nothing. You know what I'm saying? Instead of getting out there in the streets and causing trouble for people. Okay, that's what I have to say today.